Hey guys, this is Lantis, and you're listening to the MagCast.
Hey guys, welcome back to MagCast. Today we have a slightly chopped down version of the MagCast, which is going to be awesome. This is a MagCast hardcore podcast. Of course, leading that off, Hardcast. We would have Dre, Hardcast.
Indeed.
Also,
we got Lantis here. Hey,
Lantis,
Lantis.
Hardcast.
What's up? How's it going?
God, somebody wants to be the center of attention today.
and SK's over at the house, so I threw in an extra headset onto the compy, and so he's gonna...
Yeah, I know, they decided to let me hang out with the cool kids today.
Yeah, it's not often we let him out of the closet, but...
Oh my gosh!
Oh, alright.
You're brutal, dude. Stop tying up people in your closet.
You're a wizard, SK!
Wooden closet. I just want to get this right. That was a Harry Potter reference.
Yeah.
Wizard people. Anyways, this is all we have today, and we're thankful for it. We have no notes, no nothing, so we're just shooting from the hip today.
Yeah, off the top.
Off the top. And
I would say in that case, can I grab about Bioshock Infinite, but I already did like an hour-long video on it.
Yes, you can check out SK's channel for that. That'll probably be uploaded by the time this episode goes up. So.
Oh, I'm uploading as soon as I get home.
We'll prop that up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, yeah, we already talked about Bioshock Infinite a good deal as we played through it.
Yeah.
But, I guess, other than that, the only... major gaming thing is... Oh, there's actually something else. I was going to talk about Final Fantasy VII on Steam. But recently, Don Matrick left Microsoft, and he now works for Zynga.
Which I thought was dead.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. So, if you don't know, Don Matrick was the head of the Microsoft Entertainment division, basically running Xbox, and he's the guy that spoke at the reveal, and he's the guy that was like, well, if you don't have an internet connection, we've got a device for you, just get a 360. You know, he was that jerk, right? So apparently he left, quote unquote, Microsoft, and he's now working for Zynga, which is a company, like you just mentioned, no one even knew was still alive. And I have a really
I don't even know who they are.
They free online games and stuff, I think.
On Facebook, mainly.
Enough.
So, yeah, and what's funny is, I the second I said that, I said, watch, the Zynga online games aren't going to be free no more. Don Matrick going to get in there, throwing some DRM, throwing on a price tag, there you go.
Thank you, Don Matrick.
But, you know, it's just funny. Why would anybody leave the head of a division of Microsoft to work for a company that most people think doesn't even exist anymore?
I actually think he got pressured to leave.
Right. And I think that Zynga was like, all right, you can come on board.
You're scummy.
What's really funny?
Them?
Maybe they offered a position to him, you know?
Maybe they're the only ones scummy enough.
Yeah, but Tim Buckley wrote a really funny comic strip about it. It's a great visualization, right? It shows a boat, which represents Microsoft, right? And they're like, oh no, fire on the deck, we're going down! And it shows Don Matrick jumping off board onto a smaller vessel. And it's like, haha, screw you guys! And on the mast of the ship he jumped on, it said Zynga. And then it zooms out, and the Kraken is slowly engulfing the ship, and it's behind Don Matrick's face, and he can't, see that he had just jumped in from one bad position into a worse one.
That's pretty funny. That's actually pretty accurate.
You will have to find that and link it.
Go to www.cad-comic.com.
So, that's kind of like Chris Kattan at the end of Undercover Brother, where he escapes the good guys, and gets swallowed up by a shark that just spontaneously pops out of the water and swallows him whole.
That's a great movie, by the way. But, yeah, I don't think that he left and decided to go to Zynga. I think that the way he treated the consumers who didn't take well to their DRM, like, it was really rude and very anti-commercial of him to be like, screw you. If you don't like it, you could just get a 360, you piece of crap. Stop being such a noob, scrub lord. So,
Yeah, that's the way for us to talk. Not an official representative.
So, you know what? I don't really care. I'm not getting a Xbox One. I don't play Zynga games, so it's of little consequence to me. I just find it really entertaining.
I know. That was like the biggest mainstream news this week.
Yeah.
Besides FF7 being on Steam, which
yeah. So
people are going crazy about that.
Oh, Lance just convinced me last night Steam is the way to go.
So
it is.
This is really funny.
Cheat games.
So SK apparently had no idea what really Steam was till last night.
I was like that too.
I knew, but
it was a platform where you could buy PC games. But what he didn't know about was Steam sales.
Those are starting soon.
Yeah.
There's this
so
great
hard.
video that shows Gabe is like Jesus, just slowly rising up, and all these Steam sale icons just dropping. It's like hallelujah.
But no, it's so funny because games will drop.
Well, somebody drink from this cup of free online games. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
It's like, and that's pretty much it.
But so the thing it's saying. So let's say we all know that Final Fantasy VII. Sorry, I was tripping over myself. Has been rehashed and has plenty of sequels that came out, more than necessary, and so coming out again might seem redundant, right? But seeing as it has the original PlayStation release, it's had a PC release. It had a PSN release. I think it had a mobile release. And then I
actually played it on the original PC one.
Yeah, I did too. In fact, I gave you my sleeves for it.
I still got them.
You still got.
It had a little number pad cover that showed you the controls.
That insert you put over your number pad. But and then it was released again on PC.
Yep.
Before it was released on Steam, right? And that was
it was on Square's thing, right?
Right. And then so this is yet another release. Now the thing is, it comes out with a price tag of $11.99. Do you think that's fair? And would you pay that price again to play it if you didn't want to pull out the PlayStation 1 or if you lost your copies?
I think that's a fair price.
Yeah. Plus it comes with
not even $20.
Yeah. And the thing is, that's its initial price. Eventually that game's going to get thrown in with a sale. You're going to be able to get Final Fantasy. Yeah, you're going to be able to get Final Fantasy VII for $2-3 eventually, right?
Hey, out of curiosity, what's it cost on PSN?
No idea. I could look that up real quick.
I think it's $10.
Who's
Not sure.
Who's the sexy Dr. Andre's screen there?
I don't know.
Every time he gets in a hangout, he always puts some kind of image up.
Yeah. Which nobody at home is saying right now. So
yeah, no one knows what we're talking about now.
Well, good, because if they did, they'd think I'm a furry.
Oh no!
There's a fate worse than death.
For the record, I'm a total furry.
I know, Dre. I'm messing with you.
No, I'm telling everybody at home.
Oh.
Now you know.
But I just looked through a furry site real quick to pull up some random art, and here's a couple of lab mice who are dressed up as lab mice.
That's basically a little meta for me. I don't think I can take it. Is Lance still MIA?
No, I'm here. I'm still trying to pull it up. It is $9.99.
Oh, so it's right! Yeah!
That's Final Fantasy VI, dude.
Oh. Well, I clicked on 7. What the fuck is 7?
Are you sure you typed in 7?
No, look. I clicked... Here, I'll show you.
I'll show you I did it right.
Are you sure you didn't get Roman numerals confused?
I do not get Roman numerals freaking confused.
Yeah, that's
no, but you got Keanu Reeves and Liam Neeson confused.
I don't know what happened. I've got no excuse.
Oh yeah, Faye, Dre, did y'all hear about that?
What?
Lantis, confused Liam Neeson with Keanu Reeves one time.
And those actors have nothing in common other than gender. That's it.
He was like, yeah, what's that really good British actor? Keanu Reeves? Liam Neeson? What?
But yeah, alright, so Faye's right, it's $9.99 on PSN. But the thing is, I don't know if does PSN have cloud saves?
I think they do for PS1 games, but they do not have trophies.
Right.
On any single PS1 classic.
On Steam, you can get Final Fantasy VII, and you can cloud save, so you can go to a buddy's house and continue your own game, right? You can also have the achievements. Now, when I first heard achievements, that always gets my interest because I'm a pretty big Chivo whore, and it's just always like the additional challenge. But then, and I mentioned that in the thread that we had for it, but then Thutmose is like, yeah, those achievements are terrible. And I'm like, what? So I actually looked at them.
Could you get the list up?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Someone carry this conversation while I go get it.
Alright, so I know that one of the achievements is everyone does their first limit break, but you have to do absolutely no work to get.
You couldn't possibly play that game without using
better. It'd be funner to do? Try to beat the game without getting that achievement. That would be a challenge.
That would be.
How about a no materia achievement?
That's been
there
done.
You go. But you could just have it. You have that on your Steam account. People know you're a poop sock in it.
Yeah.
If you played the whole game without using your first limit break, wouldn't that essentially mean you would play through the whole game without
using limit breaks? Yes.
Okay, that would be especially difficult because whenever you hit your limit in a Final Fantasy VII, it replaces your attack command.
Exactly. So you would have
throw grenades. I don't know.
That sounds like an interesting challenge.
Defend?
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. I've got the list up. Right.
Won your first battle. If you lose to the MPs at the beginning of the first dungeon of FF7, you suck.
So you remember you jump off the train and you're immediately thrown into a battle with the weakest enemies in RPG history. If you win that battle, you get an achievement.
You get an achievement.
Yeah, we need to just go down this whole list now. This is too good.
Okay, all right. So, and I'm looking at it right now, and 76% of the people that have bought this game have got this achievement, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is use Cloud's first limit break, and actually the next four, all of them. There's an individual achievement for using everybody's first limit break. So there's Braver, Big Shot, Beat Rush, Healing Wind, Sled Fang.
That takes up a ton of them.
Yeah, I know, and that's garbage. Who's not gonna do that?
That's garbage?
That's garbage.
It's like you wanted to say ridiculous, but you're like, maybe garbage is better.
It's ridiculous garbage. Right? So, obviously, there's also one for getting Yuffie and Vincent in your party, since that's optional. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, but then again, there's another achievement for using their limit break once. Yeah, their first limit break once, and then there's an entire another set of achievements for doing everybody's last limit break.
Well,
that one's more difficult.
You can't just do a normal playthrough and get to the fourth level limit break, except maybe with Cloud.
Yeah.
They should have just left out the first ones.
Yeah.
And then there's one that's just like the other end of the spectrum. Get 100 million gil.
which apparently. Let me see. 0.4% of people who have bought that game have already done.
The only way I can see that being conceivably possible is getting all the Master All Materia achievement, which is actually a good one, and then selling all of it to get all that gil.
Yeah. Well,
wait. Are we talking about holding all that money all at once, or collectively as you play through the game you would eventually?
It doesn't say, but
much?
I'm imagining it's having it grand total in your account, or in your hand at once.
I don't. 100 million?
100 million.
No, you can't. Can you even hold? I don't think you can even hold that much.
I think
either it's a misprint or it's just saying cumulative.
It might be a cumulative, but
yeah, I think the max is 999,000.
So, and here's one: start a battle in the battle square.
Yeah, you don't even have to win. Just start it.
Yeah, you can lose. But
Your homework assignment tonight, Final Fantasy VII fans. Go out, start a fight, and then lose.
Thank you, Professor SK.
I see what you did there.
Fight Club reference.
So, then SK mentioned the mastered any materia, which I've always mastered at least all materia by the end of the game. It just always happens.
You master all the materia you have?
No, all.
Oh,
materia.
The actual all materia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I always have that on somebody. There's not ever a time when I don't have all materia on somebody on something, at least on restore. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Gold Chocobo.
Yeah,
fair enough. That's a good one.
You have to make a science of chocobo breeding to get that
but
stuff
you know
right.
what? You don't even need to have that one because there's another achievement for getting Knights of the Round. You have to have a gold chocobo to get Knights of the Round materia, unless you beat Ruby Weapon and trade in the Desert Rose for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's completely garbage. That's one they could have pulled out.
Well, quick question. I've never gotten Knights of the Round, so I don't know what's required of it. I know you need the gold chocobo to get to it, but do you have to fight a boss or something?
Nope.
No, that's it.
Nope.
It's just in a cave, just there for the taking.
Yeah, if you can breed a gold chocobo, it's yours. That's it. Which
is a bit of a pain.
But getting a gold chocobo is not easy. So I am perfectly fine with that.
You have
what
to
I'm
become
not
a chocobo jockey.
So here's a really good achievement, right? And this is something I haven't ever done. Get Great Gospel, which is Tifa's Eris's final.
Yeah,
limit,
I've never done that.
I've never done that.
Yeah, never done it.
Because there's no reason. How are you going to get here to level 4 and just immediately lose her?
So how come there's no achievements for getting everybody's final weapon, but first limit break? Oh.
Yeah, and complete the first part of the game.
Like, for instance, in Cloud's case, you just got to beat Ultimate Weapon to get his ultimate weapon, but others, I mean, there's stuff you have to kind of go out of your way for. They don't come that easy. So, alright, here's one. Here's one you have to poop sock. Master all materias. You have to master every one. And I'm assuming that means each individual one, not a summon materia. No, you have to master Knights of the Round. You have to master Bahamut 0, Bahamut X. You have to get enemy skill, every last enemy skill in the game. I'm assuming that one is going to take one of the longest amount of time.
Enemy skill sucks.
Enemy
skill is awesome.
I love it. Dude.
Yeah,
that's
the only time that I have ever really used enemy blue magic.
Well, yeah, if sometimes you'll just get enemy skills just because you happen to have it on, but actively going out hunting for enemy skills, having to take damage in order to learn them.
Well, that's what you get the control materia for. And yeah, you have to take damage for it, but if you're out specifically hunting for it, the damage you take is negligible. You're just trying to get the skill. Besides, there's some really useful stuff in there, like Big Guard. You can get Trine early on.
You get
Trine,
the most useful blue magic ever, Mighty Guard, from one of the weakest enemies in the game. You just have to know to control them.
Yeah,
I just have a thing against blue magic. The way you.
No, I completely agree. I hate blue magic. I have hardly ever used blue magic in any game, anytime it's available. I hate it in Final Fantasy VI when which kind of Gaul has that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final Fantasy V, there's a job class for it. What is it in the Final Fantasy VI? Actually, no. It's Strago that has all the blue magic.
Strago has it too, but then Gaul kind of has a
weird
melee version.
What is it? Quina from 9? It's awful there. Yeah. It's just awful. It's always awful, and I hate it. But in Final Fantasy VII, in Final Fantasy VII, I can't remember. There's a lot of good healing magic spell or blue magic in there as well. There's a witch in the ice caves you can get a really good spell from. I can't remember what it's called, but that one's really useful too. But anyway, the list is almost done. So defeat Diamond Weapon, get the Bahamut 0 materia, defeat Emerald and Ruby, and then beat the game. So there you go. It's so much missed potential.
It's like an achievement list. Nobody thinks about all the stuff you can possibly do, and they just throw the first thing that comes to their mind.
What about something creative go through the highway minigame with nobody taking more than 5% damage total.
Yeah.
That would be good.
That would
The
be
snowboarding game.
The snowboarding
game.
Do that too,
Dude, back in the day, I became a master at that game.
Oh, what about winning the slap fight between Scarlet and Tifa on the Juno Cannon? Because you can lose that.
Oh.
Yeah, you can lose it.
So that would be
I actually did lose
Dude,
once when I...
getting perfect Cloud. Perfect, cross-dressing Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, it's weird,
Have
but...
Don Corneo pick Cloud.
Yeah.
That would be great. Like, why can't you do this to us? We could have done this better.
Square, you gotta hire
Or
Lucas.
freaking do so well at the gold saucer, and all the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever made it past the third boss on that rock paper scissors fighting game?
You mean
at the
that
gold
cheating? That game that cheats?
Yeah,
You
that
mean
game that
that
cheats.
That cheat.
I actually managed to make it once or twice, and the fourth dude is just like, if you can make it past this dude, it's literally like a 1 in 1,000 chance.
You are a god at RNG.
That's why you save state. What? You're going paper? Aha!
Oh, and there's also whenever you're flying off into space and you can have a chance to grab the huge materia, but you can also blow it.
Yeah, Bahamut Zero.
Yeah,
That's
that's where you
what
get
that
Bahamut
achievement
Zero.
Oh, that's Bahamut Zero? It's been a long time since I played the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
me
that
too.
is an achievement. Which is actually okay. Get Bahamut Zero. So, but it's the thing is, we all love the game. There's hardly a single RPG fan out there that doesn't have fond memories of Final Fantasy VII. So, even though the achievements are garbage, but I would still probably get this. I would wait for a Steam sale and grab it for like $3, you know?
Yeah. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
would still pay $12 for it. It's absolutely worth it. It's a great game. It might have been rehashed too many times with, multiple releases and
Better to be rehashed than have spin-offs.
yeah. Who liked Dirge of Cerberus?
Who liked Advent Children except the most hardcore Cloud
I
fanatics?
wanted to like Advent Children so bad. But the thing is,
Yeah.
I couldn't get the camera off of Cloud.
And he's not cool. He's not. I don't know why
he's not
everybody
cool.
loves him so
No,
much.
Cloud is not cool. Plain and simple. He's a angsty little piece of crap that doesn't deserve the screen time he gets.
Even if he was, it makes no sense to just throw the rest of the cast out except Tifa. Tifa had one fight.
I wanted to
that's it.
see Red 13 get out there and tear some stuff up,
Yeah.
and all he had was a bit part helping Cloud get it higher in the air.
Essentially, Cloud defeated that big giant
Behemoth
or whatever
Or
that was on its own.
Bahamut. I don't know.
On his own, and Red and the others did nothing except just boost him up there.
Yeah, Red,
And then-
Cloud, and Barrett.
And then Cloud got to go on and do 3 more fights all by himself. None of the team helps.
But
nothing.
The best fight in that was Laws versus Tifa. That was the coolest fight, and it didn't have anything to do. They could have had more fights like that.
That was the only fight in the game where somebody other than Cloud was fighting. That's it.
It's true.
Dude, what about? I mean, even throw Yuffie a bone. I know nobody likes her, but
I
come
don't
on.
like Yuffie. Screw her.
She and Sid, I think they had one line each the whole entire movie.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't mind that much because I think the voice actor they picked for Sid was
Yeah, that
horrible.
was pretty bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
Was it better or worse than that brown guy?
But
God.
but I will say they almost produced a spin-off to Final Fantasy VII that I liked. And that was Crisis Core, and it would have been wonderful if it wasn't.
And they
for
ruined that.
Just the slots.
The slots.
The slots ruined it.
That was unacceptably dumb. You couldn't even control your limit breaks or your summoned materias. It was all basically leveling up.
Leveling up with slots.
Yeah.
I don't know how you come up with a worse idea than that, other than the
if-
laws of Final Fantasy Tactics. But
So if you took out the slots and just made everything traditional, but the thing is, it was an active-based battle system. So it was really interesting. You could fuse materia together to make either better materia or combined materia. You could actually produce you know how you have HP plus materia or MP plus materia? You could fuse those together and have one materia that takes up one slot that both boosts your HP and MP. That's awesome. I mean, you can have a single materia, you could actually produce. You can make your own. Protect and shell, make barrier that's protect and shell.
Wall.
There you go. So you could produce your own wall materia from fusing your protecting shell, which is cool. A lot of good stuff in there. Just that slots just suck the fun out of it, just like a Hoover vacuum. Just there's your fun. Not a drop of fun in there.
That's the only thing that made Final Fantasy Tactics Advance bad was the laws. They just sucked the fun out of fighting.
And what kills me is in Final Fantasy Advance, Final Fantasy FFT Advance, was there were places on the map. There were no laws and people could die. It was wonderful. But there was only like 2 or 3 spots in the entire game where that was even a thing.
Did they fix that with the second one?
Nope. The one on DS? Nope.
Seriously,
laws are still there.
Did they not get any backlash from the fans about the laws before making the second?
Well, the thing is, I think the way Q&A works, or the way, what was it? The control, not a control group. What do they call it? A focus group.
Quality assurance?
No, quality assurance, but a focus group. A focus group can come in and talk about something, and what I liked, what I didn't like. I think the people they hire for that are yes men. Do nothing but yeah. Oh, awesome, great. No, please give me a paycheck. It was great. Too scared to say no.
You could not buy me to say yes to the laws of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. SK is not for sale on some things.
But yes men aren't hard to find. Actually, a lot of people attribute yes men to why the the Star Wars prequel sucked so bad. Because George Lucas genuinely had terrible ideas, but no one was willing to say, hey, dude, this is not a good idea. In fact, there was a story floating around where someone did tell George Lucas that, and he got fired in front of people, so they were too scared to ever say no.
Well, that's one way to make sure you can put out whatever turd you want.
Yeah, you can put out whatever you'll eventually sell to Disney because you can't do it yourself.
Speaking of that, I'd just like to insert a tangent here. You know the little kid that played Anakin in the first movie? I heard his life was made absolutely miserable after the backlash on Episode 1. Everybody bullied him at school, and he regrets ever being in it. He never started in another movie since, and he tore up all his Star Wars memorabilia.
Oh, wow.
Wait, you mean the little kid was that the same kid from The Sixth Sense?
No, that's not the same
What
one.
is his name? His name was Christopher...
The
Wasn't
kid
he
from
also in Home
Haley
Alone 3?
Joel Osment.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I have no idea.
But yeah, you think that, that would be every kid's dream come true. Making a Star Wars prequel and being cast as the kid who becomes Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And that poor kid regrets every minute of it.
Well, you know what? At least he never had to say, I hate the sand. It's so rough. Unlike you.
Yeah. That was so awkward.
One thing.
And
George
at that
Lucas
precise moment, he
do.
starts stroking her back, kind of,
It's so weird. It's so awkward. George Lucas can't do romance to save his life. But no, we're gonna have to get back to gaming because I'm gonna go on this forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Final Fantasy VII. I'm glad it's on Steam. I'll get it eventually. I'll play through it again. It's good stuff.
I'm glad Steam exists. I'm going to start taking advantage of it.
Yeah, a good bunch of all of us are on Steam. We've got Steam accounts, and we.
Not me, but eventually I might go ahead.
Yeah, you're gonna have to because if freaking console gaming keeps trying to bury themselves the way Microsoft did, computer gaming is the only thing we're gonna have.
Yeah. As far as Final Fantasy VII goes, I still have my PS1 copy. I still have the original PC copy, which, by the way, was translated differently. That's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah.
Funny thing, the translation from Japanese to Spanish is one of the worst video game translations of all time. Like, I'm gonna have to look this up.
Did you hear a story in particular about?
Yeah. I'll pull it up real quick.
Well, as long as you're looking that up, you just reminded me of a video I saw where they showed off a French translation from Final Fantasy VIII, and you know the scene where let's see, what are their names? Laguna, Kiros, and Ward. You know the scene where Ward got his throat slit and he couldn't talk anymore because of it.
And then Laguna goes, "Don't make me tickle you."
Yeah, in the In the French translation, he just he decided to take a vow of silence instead.
Ooh, that's interesting.
For what reason, though?
Something like
censorship?
if you say bad things, they'll come true, or something like that. I don't know. I forget. The video's in my favorites somewhere.
That
So
sounds like something
because he
from
had that
Germany.
one bad experience in S-Star, he's just like, maybe if I just don't talk or say yes to any of Laguna's stupid ideas ever again.
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of like that.
Okay, guys. So people in that speak Spanish refer to the Final Fantasy VII game as the Spanish Zero Wing.
Really?
So you know
Oh,
how
wow.
we make fun of all your bases belong to us, right? There are mistakes in there, such as making mean, you know, like you say, well, we need to go. They translate it to wheel, like on a bike, right? And instead of hurry, they translate to hooray. So it's like, we need to go! Hooray! You know, it's just stuff like this all over the place. I've got a little article that I can post. I'll give it to Faye to put into the show notes.
Yes.
But it's great.
I heard it was kind of bad here, too, in some parts, but that was more of the plot not making sense sometimes.
Oh, I don't know. There were some poor translations, like "of course" instead of course.
Yeah.
And "this guy are sick."
Yeah. This guy are sick, and he's just sitting there tilting back and forth. Oh, man. My favorite part's Let's Mosey.
I just looked down this list a little bit. The word for miss, like in battle, when you miss, they translate it to merma, which literally means decreased. So you miss, you hit someone, it misses, it says decreased.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, going for death blow, decreased.
Decreased. I didn't know it was that bad. I know we had a couple, but
Yeah.
poor Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But honestly, I think as far as like gaming news goes, that's pretty much it. So I got nothing.
I got something.
Yeah. Hit us with your best
on.
shot.
Let's see here. Tree of Life, done. Kirby's Dream Land 2, done. I am in a situation where I currently have no active Let's Plays. For the moment.
Oh no. It makes me sad every time you bring that up. Because
Yeah,
I know
'cause
what's happening next.
Yes, you know what's happening next. Next week, Super Paper Mario returns.
Does
No.
the game suck that bad?
Yes, it does. Especially when you come off of the great the series of Paper Mario has been really good. It's been really kind to gamers. It's a good RPG featuring Mario. It's something we haven't seen since Mario RPG.
Right.
So they try to take the Paper series and introduce it instead of, pulling back away from the RPG elements and making it more platformy, but still kind of having kind of RPG elements. Like you still have levels and stuff like that. And it sounds like a good idea, but they ruin it in so many aspects. Like, in fact, I'm not even going to talk about it. If you're really interested, watch the Let's Play that Dre has up to now. Me, him, and X go through it, and we kind of point out, as it happens, why we don't like certain things.
In fact,
because the thing is that
mostly blind.
Yeah, it's mostly. I'm the only one that's beaten it out of the group, right? So the thing is, the game is regarded as mostly well received, right? So it's kind of That's kind of why we've got to do this. So point out. I did an entire Let's Play on Chrono Cross because that game seems generally well received, and I can't stand it. I think it's horrible.
Yeah. So
That's a
next
whole new
week.
kettle.
Next week, I just finished editing Chapter 3, and that goes up next week.
And I think the last part of the Chrono Trigger race goes up by the time this comes out, probably next week. So.
You mean by Monday?
Well, I just put up Part 6, so if this comes up Monday, then yeah, it would be next week, because next week
Yeah.
I'll put out Part 7, and then when you put this up Monday, it'll Part 8 will become. Yeah,
Guess
whatever.
who forgot it was Friday, even though she knew? This guy.
You mean this
So
girl?
good.
This guy.
Guy, girl. I say guy in general.
Yeah,
without
I say
a gender.
everybody is dude. I refer to everybody as dude.
Yeah, I also say dude without a gender.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I
make
do it
a
all the
concerted
time.
effort to refer to Faye as Dudette.
Just a spider.
Dude, don't harsh my vibe.
Don't harsh her.
You gotta be chill, man.
Yep.
Can I call you homeboy too?
Sure. I call people home skillet. And if you try to assign a gender to a skillet, God help you. Unless you're French.
Well, obviously, a skillet is a cooking utensil. Therefore,
Well, actually, in French, I know it has some kind of pronoun or article. Whatever.
oh yeah, that's right. Everything in
Everything. The window is female.
La or L.
La fenêtre.
There was a wonderful little article about people asking if a computer should be like L or La, and like it's obviously La because it's the female persona, because you always have to buy it things and keep upgrading it and other things.
I'll go you one simpler. It has ports that you put things into.
No.
I mean, how complicated is that?
But no, it was actually a really funny list because they had really derogatory things for both genders, and they were all really funny.
Oh, God.
Like, it was really funny.
That is funny. You guys are creeping me out. But anyways.
Oh,
Right.
you want to know creepy? Okay, check out my Fatal Frame 3 LP on my channel on YouTube.
Or watch a video called Trucker's Delight.
Don't watch that, guys. That's it ain't even right.
It's
We
awesome.
tend to not watch videos Atlantis posts. Ever.
What? Oh, come on. I give you guys gold.
After all,
What are
your
you talking
meat
about?
spins.
That reminds me, somebody's apparently taken it as a mission to give me a thumbs down on every video I upload recently.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll make it my mission to give a thumbs up on every video you upload, so
Yeah.
it'll cancel
that would be
out.
appreciated.
All right. Done deal. Whatever.
Oh, man.
Uh,
Yeah, it's honestly probably just that one kid from the other RPG Maker site that also
That
has
we
stopped
shall not
talking about
mention.
RPG Maker.
Well, Tracy, actually, it's been us the whole time.
Mwah!
You know,
Screw
we're
you
your
guys.
friends, so we didn't want to just tell you to your face, but lately your videos have been sucking, dude.
I mean, you put so little effort into them, and it's just
It's
I just-
actually Eagle Vision 02. He has moved on.
really.
Oh,
He's
that used to be
disliking
my
our
name.
stuff.
Oh, that shames me.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, actually, if we wanted to move to RPG Maker Minute, we could probably. Speaking of old usernames, unless
Yeah.
we've got more freaking kind of modern gaming things to talk about.
Well, we don't have modern
really
game, but I'd
don't.
just like to mention that me and Lantis are playing 2-player on Tales of Eternia right now, and we're
Oh, yeah.
enjoying it.
It's good stuff. Which is the U.S. release of, which is known in the U.S. as Tales of Destiny 2, which is actually another game in Japan on the PS2. I can't stand why people name games after games that are already existing somewhere else. I'm never gonna get it. Never gonna get.
Just like that in, if anybody listening has been missing old school RPGs, you know, with not overly complicated battle systems and storylines that are actually enjoyable to play, hey, bust out your PS1 and check out Tales of Destiny 2.
And also bust out freaking game FAQs, because
And see all the horribly written walkthroughs.
I need to go find that one.
Oh yeah, okay. Me and Lantis got like screwed over for an hour last night, right? Because we were trying to find out where to go next in Tales of Destiny 2, and like we were at this like sacred shrine of the god of the game. Seifert, was that his name?
Yeah.
And it was like you go through a scene there, and then the next place you go to in the walkthrough, it listed that place by coordinates, right? It said, yeah, by now you should have a GPS and just go to these coordinates on the world map. We were like, well, when did this happen? When did we get a GPS? And the walkthrough actually forgot the part where you actually have to go somewhere else
To get the GPS.
to get the GPS. It just goes, it made it sound like, it seriously wrote it in the way that during the cutscene at the shrine that we already went through, you were supposed to get a GPS, and I was like, I didn't get that. Did we screw something up? Are we gonna have to reset and go to a previous save? No, it just left out a whole entire.
All right. Just I gotta read you this real quick because this is what we're dealing with as far as internet walkthroughs go, right? This boss fight, there's only one enemy on screen. It's an old man that's flying, right? This is the only context you need to understand this boss fight. On the floor is this like spotlight. It's a magical circle that kind of paces back and forth under your feet. And if you stay under it too long, it explodes and deals damage. That's it, right? So this is the freaking strategy guide, word for word. Be careful with the spotlight. If the spotlight is red, don't go near it because you will be hit by tractor beam and unconscious for a second. Maxwell is strong of physical attack. Reed and Farah can only make damage only one. But you can make damage with all elemental attacks greater than physical attack. It will hit about 100 to 200. Just be patient, and you will kill him.
Are you reading a guide created by somebody whose English is not his first language?
That's what I'm wondering. But the thing is, other places in the game, it seems to be fine. It's like, he might have had a stroke here?
Well...
Maybe the spotlight blinded him from his keyboard.
And just before calling 911, he just decided, no, I gotta
get this in.
I gotta get this next part of the walkthrough topped up.
But yeah, let us cruise into some RPG Maker of the Minute.
RPG Maker Minute.
Okay, well, I think we were playing around with this for a long time, talking about where people got their studio names. If we wanted to finally get into that, because me and SK kind of go back a bit. It's not too far back, but back enough. So before we had an online presence at all, right? We met in 8th grade, so this is pre-internet, right?
Yeah.
And we were into a lot of anime back then, and one that we really watched, that SK was a huge fan of, was Magic Knights Ray Earth.
Oh,
right?
I still am.
Yeah. Well,
classic.
the first season anyways.
If I went back and watched the second one, I'm sure I wouldn't. Well, actually, no, I'm more cynical now, so if I went back and watched it, I'd probably hate it.
I have a problem with all the freaking, love confessions and apologizing. That got annoying.
But that's not the whole thing.
No, but it's a good chunk of it, and it's irritating as piss.
You know what? I need to review that in detail or something.
Right, alright. Well, anyway, so SK started referring to me, or actually our kind of group of people, from characters from that anime. So he would call me Lantis from time to time, just being funny, And whenever the internet became a thing, and I started making a screen name, I don't really have an idea for a screen name. So since those kind of alias have been called by SK for a while, I was like, all right, I'll be Lantis, whatever. And at that time, SK was referring to himself as Eagle Vision, which was another character from the anime, right?
And he's the coolest guy in anime ever.
So, we decided that, skip a few years down the line, we both come to the MAG, and we're finally offered, or someone tells us we should get a studio. I think it was actually X. It's like, because we only had a single thread for Arc Aerith when it was known as Secret of Everyone. In the Devon Health, right? And he's like, I could give you a studio, right? You can make threads and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool, we'll do that. So he was like, what do you want to call the studio? And I'm like, well, I'm Lantis, and he's Eagle Vision, so...
I wasn't here yet when you
when I made the...
Yeah.
So I called it L&E Productions, because that's Lantis and Eagle. But when SK joined the MAG, he was like, oh, my name is Sarah's Knight. So that's why it's L&E Productions, and the E doesn't stand for anything.
It used to.
It stands for effort.
Lantis and effort. But we've also had other people that helped us with Arc Aerith that also went by aliases from Sang-Yoon and Clef.
Yeah, our friend, another friend, Adam, that we've known for a long time. He's kind of like a kind of like a chubby guy.
Well,
So I called him Sang Yoon because Sang Yoon was like the chubby little boy off of MKR2.
no, Adam was never chubby. He might have had like a gut kind of going, but he was, thin otherwise.
I told him once, Adam, you need to get in shape, buddy. He goes, he lifts up his shirt and he just kind of thumps on his belly and he goes, I am in shape. Round.
Round is
This guy is enviable.
So that's how SK and I got L&E Productions, and that's what we've been ever since. So
Forever making Mark Harris.
I think we just put all the audience to sleep with that.
yeah, probably. Wake up!
Hi.
Wait, we need like the laptop plum from Chobits. The little girl that the little girl computer that flies a tambourine in your face to wake you up.
That sounds weird. I would be swatting at her. All right. Well, what about you, Dre? How did Great Dragon Game? Actually, it's 50 HP now, isn't it?
No, it's been changed, and I'll go through all three of those that I've been using. So let's see. Starting off with Great Dragon Gaming, which I used for a long time. The name Great Dragon came from whenever I first started hanging around in message forums. The first place I hung out at was at the forums for Enix, back before they before they merged with Square, which, by the way, was a wonderful time. But anyway,
Yes.
When I first joined the message board, I didn't know what I was doing, so initially I used my actual real name because I thought that's what people did, was use their actual name. And then I found out people were using nicknames, so I created a different account. I can't remember what came next, but at one point Fire Ninja was one of the names I used, which was kind of appropriate, as anybody from MagCon can tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
And before eventually settling on Dragon, one of the names I used was Great Dragon because I liked dragons, and in fact, Dragon is based on dragon. It's just basically a dragon with a couple of extra letters to make it sound different.
You do realize in our game, Mark Aerith, that you would be Satan then, right? The name of the main bad guy is the Great Dragon.
No, it's the Almighty Dragon.
Whatever, same difference.
No,
But yeah, Great Dragon came from that account name that I used in the old Enix forums. Let's see, 50 HP, that was a short-lived idea, and I never actually used it in any game. It was just something I used because Great Dragon Gaming was kind of old. I wanted something fresher, and 50 HP was just some random thought that would come into my mind whenever I'm trying to think about video games. It's like, let's see, I need to do this. Let's see, 50 HP. It's like, why does that thought keep come to mind? Okay, I'll just use it for my development studio name. But of course, I never got around to actually using it. And now I use, I would be using Dracoon Creations if I were still making games. I'm kind of on that. But Dracoon Creations because, that should be obvious. My furry character is a Dracoon. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Are you also
sticking to it?
Are you the MAG member that used to have that SIG a long time ago that had like Taz from, the cartoon Tasmanian Devil, and he was like saying WTF mates?
No, that wasn't Taz. That was freaking Ganon.
Ganon?
Oh.
That was Ganon from the Faces of Evil.
And I was thinking Taz?
Yes.
What?
Well, I can kind of see it.
I could see it.
Is it like when when Ganon gets up in the camera kind of doing that? Okay, yeah.
It kind of has Taz's. It kind of has the jawline of Taz. That really deep. But yeah.
It's so deep.
And while we're on that subject, you should all check out way deep old into my channel. There is a fake commercial for WTF Mates. I forget what the video is called. It's probably called WTF Mates. You should watch that.
That's a good search term.
I put a lot of effort into that, and it's only got like 100 views or something like that.
Oh. I will go look into that after we're done.
I kind of wish the Parasite Eve 3 read that one part where I went back in time to kill myself.
Yeah.
That took like a week to get everything right.
Oh, the one where you had a dissolve effect?
Yeah, all the effects. Remember, you were there when I recorded the scene of me Like, I had to sit here
and
then do one line, then get up and change clothes, and get up over here, and
and then be in the same shot. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, it's for the best. No.
What are you doing?
That's
was
the best way to describe how bad Parasite Eve 3 is. You just wish you could go back in time and shoot yourself before realizing that the game ever existed, so you didn't play it.
Live with the joy of hearing they're making a third, but never actually play it, because it's better to think it exists and that it's wonderful than to play it and be crushed as a gamer. Your very core of your gaming heart
your very
just
crisis
shattered. Shut up, Faye! You shut up!
It surely is one of the most offensive, piss-poor games of all time.
You want to hear about my studio names?
Yeah, Faye. What about your studio names?
No, Faye's not allowed to talk during this, MagCast, guys.
No, she doesn't have a studio.
Well, I didn't know if people... Well, I don't have a studio
in other words, I
right
didn't get
now.
the joke.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It's okay, we're all inside jokes here. I started out, and I don't even know if people remember this, I started out as S-Stock Games because of Lufia. I thought S-Stock sword sounded cool.
S-Stock? What's that
Yeah,
from?
it's a type of sword. It's a generic sword.
Yeah.
I found out later.
I don't remember it.
They're in tons of games. They're not special. I think they're a European kind of sword, but I'm probably wrong. So don't listen to me on swords. I had that site with some guy. I can't remember who it was. But we actually got in trouble for posting someone's game without permission on our crappy little site. And he pretty much almost conchoed himself to make it okay, and it really wasn't a big deal. And the guy, disappeared. I don't even know what was going on with that, really. Back then, that was GeoCities, that was a different time. So now, it's, I haven't told anyone this, because I'm working on stuff, it's Giant Gem Games. And it's like that because it sounds a lot more casual and fun, and gems are cool.
I agree.
I think that's about it. It just sounds good.
Bejeweled.
We might put out Penguin Bejeweled. You don't know.
Yay!
I'll use Game Maker Studio and make Penguin Bejeweled.
Oh, you could use RPG Maker 2. That actually has a penguin in it.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do some VFX.
Good luck recreating Bejeweled in RPG Maker 2.
You could probably do it.
Yep, probably. Ugh.
Somebody recreated Tetris.
Yeah. Someone recreated Checkers in RPG Maker 1.
Yeah. And
You recreated
skateboarding.
Battleship.
Yeah, well, kind of.
And character portraits.
Oh, yeah, character portraits. Those are cool. I'm really looking forward to putting out generic Quest 8 whenever V6 releases. That's something I've been sitting on for forever. I'm
looking forward to making stuff.
Yeah.
You should totally go through it and see if you can make it into a special edition.
Oh, God, no. The thing is that this is probably the most detailed side view, turn-based battle system, custom battle system in RPG Maker 1, period. This little bitty demo that can be beat in a very short amount of time is 2 scenario cards long.
Because, oh my god!
Because one random fight takes up, a fight with an enemy. So, I made it to where, it's kind of like, what is it? Lunia.
Lunia?
Lunia.
Were you trying to say Lufia and Lunar at the same time?
Yes, I was.
Yes.
Lunia.
Lunia. But it's like Lunar, where you can see the enemies on screen. They're just set to, chase the enemy or character or whatever. If you touch them, they'll move you to a location to where there's a fight. The fights, in this one fight with this one type of enemy is so big, you can only fit, 3 enemy types in one memory card. And that's with the littlest amount of exposition and actual story progression. It's just too much. It's too freaking much. But the thing is, I've tried to include all the staples of RPG, standard RPG games. you hit a random fight, you have a chance to have a preemptive strike or a chance to get ambushed, right? You can pass a turn, you can defend, you can use items, you can use magic, you can normally attack, and when you normally attack, you have a chance to crit, you have a chance to miss, and a chance to do a normal hit. I mean, it's
dude, that's a beefy CVS.
Yeah, for a CVS, it's probably about as detailed as you're going to be able to get.
Well, actually, pretty much all that happens in the story is some old man just walks into your bedroom and tells you you're the hero who needs to save the world, right?
Yeah, and there's
that
a guy
works on other games.
And there's a guy that
all prophetic and
and this dude sets up shop in your own house and lets you pay him to sleep in your own house.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's no way to level up in it. Like, everything's static. So there needs to be a reason to fight, because you get money. And that's another thing. You get random amounts of money when you beat it. It's not set, right? So there's also random drops of items. You can get a random MP healing item, a random HP healing item, right? So the money you get and the potions you get are supposed to be like what kind of keeps you going, so you can get farther, and so you can pay to restore your HP and MP if you want. So I mean, that's all I really got. So that'll be released. I told X I'd make this and I'd hold on to it till V6 came out. So that would be kind of like hey, V6 is out. This is the first game to be released on it. Here's comes kind of the things that you can do with the new RPG Maker magazine Vault, because it's going to have a lot more features, and I've been designing a bunch of stuff to facilitate like that. As I've been creating it, I've been saving different versions, like alpha builds and beta builds, so that I can upload multiple builds, since that's a thing you can do with V6, is upload whatever you want. So I'll show off that you can upload as many versions of the game you want, demos and whatnot, or videos and images and whatnot. So that'll be cool.
Funny thing is, by the time V6 comes out, you could probably just do the same with Arc Aerith.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think we're not gonna finish it this year. Maybe next year. While we've got most of the dialogue finished, the game is like a whole game. You can start it and it can end. You can get credits and everything. There's grammar.
Well, yeah, the credits are at the very start of the game in an option menu.
Nope. You can't get the credits until you beat the game.
Oh.
They're locked. The everything in the main menu is mostly locked, and the only way you can unlock it is by beating the game and coming back to the menu. After you beat the game, it's going to ask you if you'd like to save your clear data, and after that, it sends you back to the intro scenario, and all the stuff unlocks. So you can view the actual credits, or start a New Game Plus mode, or whatever.
Oh boy, I bet you're going to have fun testing New Game Plus mode.
Yep. Well, the thing is, what I'm going to do in New Game Plus mode is, at any save point, you can choose to go back to the main menu in the current game. So if you only wanted to play so long and go back to the main menu, you could, right? So, and the thing is, I've got to make sure to check that every single save point in every single scenario removes any key items that you could possibly get up to that point in the game. So it doesn't break anything if you start over again,
Well, what I would do is have it send you to a blank screen that would do all that. That way you wouldn't have to put it in every single save point.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to put it in every single scenario there's 18, so...
Lantis, if a qualified psychologist were sitting over there on that sofa observing this conversation, he would say you're a very self-centered person. This whole time I've been talking about a team effort, Arc Aerith.
Oh.
You've been using the words I, me, my, mine.
Well, all right. Well, you know what? Go ahead. Take the floor. Soapbox is yours. Go ahead.
There's nothing.
No.
It's a joke, man. Calm down.
If you want the floor, you got the floor. Here. In fact, here, I'll get a knife and cut a little square of it out for you. Here. Floor, it is yours.
Jeez, have a cow.
Take this home. Go to freaking get a picture frame for it. Hang it up.
hang up a piece of your floor.
Yeah, that I gave to you. Since you now have the floor.
It's a present.
But no, in all seriousness, I would not have been able to make this game without him because I can't write for crap. I have no writing skills whatsoever.
You mean that?
No!
If y'all couldn't catch it, that was me doing a cartoon sniffle.
Yeah.
It's a good cartoon sniffle. So is that the only thing we have being worked on?
Currently. As far as RPG Maker is concerned, yeah.
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 That little goat.
I was trying to work on something for the contest, but I don't think I'll get done.
Wait, I'm sorry, Faye. Hold that for a second. Lantis
Sure.
just goes, that little goat. What are you talking about?
Oh. y'all haven't heard the goat that says yeah? Look that up on YouTube.
Yeah, let's look that up later. It's
Goat
like
says
it's
yeah.
called the Yeah Goat. He's adorable. But on that goaty note, I think we should probably get out of here.
Indeed.
It was a good rambling time episode of the MagCast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun. I hadn't been here in 20 episodes or something?
It's been a grip.
But thanks for coming, guys. Thanks
Yeah.
to the people that couldn't be here, too. Especially you, Shadowfox. I know where you live.
Thanks to you, man. You better watch out.
Yeah.
You don't want to be on Faye's bad list.
No, I got Bear Mace.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, I'll catch you guys next week.
Later,
It'll
people.
be a better
Yeah.
week.
Super
See
Paper
ya.
Mario. Woo!
No!